We are going to walk through how to score myself for my animal care for the week. So every week we're going to be completing this spreadsheet. The directions are right here stating that I'm going to highlight the numerical score I believe I should earn, and then I'm going to provide evidence in my last column. So the first criteria is the activity log. So must show initials from all group members within the week, logs complete and accurate. So a 5 meets that criteria. Logs are present for every day of attendance with initials and all information included regarding weight, diet, behavior, time in and out, treatment, temperature, humidity, socialization, recorded when applicable. Needs improvement is going to be an 80% or a 4. Logs present for every day of attendance with some initials missing, all information included regarding weight, diet, behavior, time in and out, and treatment, temp, humidity, socialization recorded when applicable. Unsatisfactory is a D, which is going to earn you a 3. Initials are not present on over 60% of logs entered and missing records regarding weight, diet, behavior, time in and out, and treatment, temp, humidity, socialization recorded when applicable. We are looking at our activity log, right? So this is our activity log. Did I put my date and my session? So we should also be putting our session in there. Time in and out is only being written down when that animal comes out of its enclosure. And in the activity, right, my overall behavior or mentation while in the enclosure and or while being handled, treatments, care, weight, we're also including that information on diet when we're taking a look how much did that animal eat, especially for the sugar gliders and the new bearded dragons and any of the animals. If we're seeing a diet change, we want to be able to record that. Are we giving nail trims and things of that nature, right? So that's what we're looking for here. I should have an initial in this box when I write a log. So whoever writes something in this box needs an initial, and then that time in and out is for that. That's my mammal log. My birds, very similar, except it's going to be that socialization time. So that socialization is I took them on my table. Did I write that and record that? My reptiles, we've got our temp in and out, our time in and out, but then we also have our temperature and humidity that we need to record, okay? So that should also then be included in my reptile log. So that activity log, that's what we're talking about here for that first task. So I felt I had everybody, all of the logs were completed. So I'm going to give myself a 5 on that. So I'm going to go ahead and select 5, and I'm just going to go to the paint, fill can, and I'm going to fill that as a 5. I'm then going to say my evidence. So all of the logs for my session were present and initialed. Information was given regarding diet, behavior, temperature, and nail trims. Okay, and then boom, that's in there. And so now I've got that evidence of why a 5 was given, why you felt you needed a 5 or deserved that 5 or earned that 5. So I'm going to go down to the next piece. The next piece is the care sheet. So the care sheet is this sheet right here, right? So that's our care sheet. So it's got our tasks, and then it has those places for us to initial, right? So I should have initials all here, and then it gives me my student name and initials. You guys should be putting your first, last name and your initials, so that way we know who's initialing what, and we can account you accordingly. So that is the care sheets, okay, when we're talking about the care sheets. So evidence and partition. So care sheet task completion, evidence that tasks on care sheet were completed and initialed. So this piece, it is a group grade because we need to be counting and communicating with each other and making sure everything is getting completed. This is going to be when Miss Leslie comes in and grades and see all those highlighted, right? Everything that's highlighted, that's getting deducted in here because you're not completing all those tasks But if you are, there's no evidence, right? Because we need to initial those things. So 5 meets 100%. 100% of the tasks are going to be initialed and completed. 4 needs improvement is an 80%, so 90 to 70% of the tasks are completed and initialed. And then we have a 3, unsatisfactory, or 60%, less than 50% of the tasks are completed and initialed. So if I come over here and I've only got initials for Tuesday and Monday, you are going to be getting an unsatisfactory. We need to make sure Monday through Thursday, 100% is going to be yours initials, and then Friday is going to be your initials along with some of the VA2 students, right? So we know that that Friday is going to be a little up and down, and Miss Alessi knows that. So you're not, if it's a Friday and we've made time for you to do your animal, then 100% that Friday is included. If we've only got a 3-day weekend, right? So then it's going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So that'll be taken into consideration. But we do need to make sure that we're holding all of our group members accountable. And that does not mean that you are initialing for a group member. All right, so that's your task completion. Care participation. This is the evidence that everybody is participating. So evidence and participation with a quarter of tasks and activity logs written. This is an individual based grade. Right, so we need to make sure that you are participating and that you are all sharing that weight of caring for your animal. So 5, 100% initialed and participated in 25% of the tasks and entry logs. Needs improvement, initialed and participated in less than 10% of the tasks and entry logs. Unsatisfactory, no evidence of participation. Now this is going to vary based on how many people are in your pod. If you only have 2 pods, then it should be an even 50-50 split. If you have 2 people in your pod, if you have 3 people in your pod, it should be a 30-30-30 split, or 33-33-33. So for here, I'm going to give myself a 4 because I was absent one day, so I wasn't able to participate because I wasn't here because I didn't feel like coming to school that day. Now, if you are absent due to quarantine, that is something that is different, but I should have that in record. And if you are going on quarantine, make sure you email Miss Leslie, right? Or if you're gone for a excused purpose, let me know so that way we can mark you accordingly. So it needs improvement. What's my evidence? Well, evidence is there is no record of my initialing on 2 days this week because of an unexcused. Because of an unexcused absence. So if it's an excused absence, that's one thing. If it's unexcused, that's the other. And then up here, care sheet task completion. I'm going to go ahead and say that our group deserved a 3 because we did not complete all of our tasks. So less than 50% of tasks were initialed. I thought someone else was going to complete. All right, so I mean, that happens. Maybe one of your group members was like, hey, I'll get this, and then they did, but then they never initialed it. So that's still, right, that's still part of communicating. That's still part of being on a team. You guys are going to be joining the workforce if you're not already, and you know that you have a team that you're working with. So that's where that task completion piece comes in. Care participation, we're good there. Next, we have our AET journal, so the journal entry recorded in the AET website. So meets is 100%. The journal entry is complete and accurate. Entry states skill, task, time, and animal species. Needs improvement. Journal entry missing data or inaccurate. Entry does not include all of the following: the skill, the task, the time, and the animal species. And then unsatisfactory, we're missing the entry. So I'm going to give myself a 5. Now I'm just switching colors. It really doesn't matter. When you're highlighting, you can even just change the font or make it bolded. So let me do that then. So I'm just going to go ahead and bold that number. It's a little harder to see. I can also delete those, right? So that is another way that you can kind of score. All right, so evidence. My journal entry included AS 2.01 skill and stated what species I was working with and what my role was in caring for that animal. This is going to be absolutely those students that you were dismissed before you got a chance to go and handle your animals. You can also state that this reflects that my bell rang prior to me having time to work with my animal. Okay, so we definitely are going to have that a spot that we can record that. So you're not going to be getting docked if it's a time management piece in the classroom, right? So you guys are at the whim of what we are doing in class. So if it is a time management piece, you're not going to be docked for that part of participation, but make sure that you are accounting for that somewhere in one of your evidences or even in that animal chart as well. So that is how then we're going to score and complete our animal care rubric. And then just submit it after you've done your journal entry and then after you've scored yourself.